Hadrian, a Roman emperor from 117 AD to 138 AD, was one of the so-called 5 good Roman emperors. Later historians described him as a benevolent dictator and one of the few Roman emperors who died a natural death. He is known for building the Hadrian's Wall to mark the end of Britannia. In Egypt, he may have rebuilt the Serapeum of Alexandria. In Athens, Greece, he built the Ark of Hadrian. And in Rome, he rebuilt the Pantheon and constructed the Temple of Venus and Roma, thought to have been the largest temple in ancient Rome. He was considered a great military mind, but he preferred assimilation rather than forcing nations to join Rome. Because of that, he was hated by the Roman elite for abandoning Trajan's policies, a former emperor, and his territorial gains. He preferred stable and defensible borders and the unification of the empire's disparate peoples. He was one of the best Roman emperors. But despite his great achievements that is mostly known for, that showcase his masculinity and his manliness, he is also known for his great love for another man, Antinous. Antinous is a young Greek boy who is the favorite and the lover of Hadrian. He was born in Antinoopolis, present-day Bolu, Turkey, probably around the year 110 and 112. It was likely that his family was peasant farmers or small business owners, although not the poorest part of society. He was probably introduced to Hadrian in 123 before being taken to Italy for higher education. During this time, it was unlikely that they were lovers, since Hadrian continued to tour the empire while Antinous was in Italy. He only returned to Italy in 125 at his villa in Tibur. However, at some point over the following 3 years, Hadrian was enamored by Antinous, who was renowned for his beauty, and he slowly became Hadrian's favorite. It was thought that they had become lovers at this point. Hadrian left Greece again 3 years later, but this time Hadrian brought Antinous with him as part of Hadrian's retinue. This relationship was quite common for Roman men, since a Roman man could choose any sexual partner from either gender. It's also known that Hadrian's marriage to Sabrina was unhappy, and there's no reliable evidence that he's attracted to women, in contrast to the much more reliable evidence that he's attracted to boys and young men. Hadrian believed Antinous to be intelligent and wise, and they loved hunting, which was considered a manly pursuit in Roman culture. It is also known that Hadrian wrote an autobiography and erotic poetry about Antinous. During their relationship, there's no evidence that Antinous ever used his influence over Hadrian for his political or personal gain. Hadrian brought him to a lot of places, from Italy to Greece to Syria to Arabia and to Libya, where they hunted down a lion that caused trouble for the local people. Hadrian highly publicized the hunt, and a tondo was created and placed on the Ark of Constantine. On the tondo, you can see that Antinous is no longer a youth at this point, having a more muscular body. His age is estimated to be around 18 to 20 years old, after more than 1 year of being on the tour with Hadrian. But just like many great love stories, it is not without tragedy. In early October 130, Hadrian and his entourage assembled at Heliopolis to set sail upstream along the Nile River. On their journey up the Nile, they stopped at Hermopolis Magna, and it was shortly after this that Antinous fell into the river and died. He drowned in the Nile River, and the nature behind his death was mysterious. There were no signs of violence on his body. Some said it was an accident, and some said it was a voluntary sacrifice to regain Hadrian's health. But one thing for sure, Hadrian was devastated. He wept like a woman, and he mourned intensely publicly rather than privately, as was custom at the time. He was so devastated that he deified Antinous. He created a cult devoted to him. He made a new city named Antinoopolis near the site of Antinous' death. Countless images of Antinous were created in the city, and the whole city acts like his memorial and his shrine. Now, the previously unknown Greek boy had become world famous. In Egypt, he was identified with the other young god who also died in the Nile River and was resurrected, Osiris. After only 4 years of his drowning, the cult has spread across the Mediterranean world, and Antinous had become a god, the last of the ancient world. The advent of the new god was greeted with enthusiasm. In the Greek world, cities organized festivals and games in his honor, while some other Greek cities made commemorative coins and medallions illustrating his unparalleled beauty. It is said that 2,000 sculptures were made in almost 8 years, and before Hadrian died in 138. Just like Osiris and the god Dionysus, who died and were reborn. Antinous is reborn through the immense love of Hadrian. His love immortalized the memory of the unknown Greek boy for hundreds of years to come. Even to this day, their love can be remembered and seen across the Mediterranean world, and even on the internet, like this video I'm making. Hey, thank you for the 400 subscribers. The journey from 300 to 400 has been unexpectedly long. It took me 7 months, and there was a time when it slowed down. I didn't know what was wrong. Maybe my videos were not good enough, or maybe YouTube just didn't want to push my videos. I don't know, but that period was bad. I hated it. Look at this. In March, the watch time was really high, but then after a few while, it started to drop more and more. So I posted some shorts just for fun. My videos, even though we're not getting too many views, are still being pushed by YouTube because you can still see that the impressions are high. But after posting shorts, they somehow stopped being pushed by the algorithm. They didn't even promote my video. It was weird. Maybe because I uploaded shorts every day, and YouTube wants me to keep doing that too, which is impossible without compromising the quality of my video. However, the cat video did really well and I love it. I didn't expect it to go that high at all. I could blame previous low video performance and a lack of CTR on my horrible thumbnail making skill, especially on videos with high impressions. But this, it doesn't have any high impression to begin with. So I decided not to post any shorts after that, because I'm afraid it will happen again. But it still happened with my mechanism of evil video. So I posted some shorts again just because, you know, because it happened anyway. So what's the point of not posting shorts, right? So yeah, I'm proud of these videos that I made, but they get very little attention. I'm not sure if it's good. This one about information is one of my favorites. But I think there are some parts that I think can be better clarified, because when I watch it again, I don't really understand what I'm saying. I think in my head, it sounded better because I understood what I was talking about when I wrote it. So I assumed all of you knew what I was talking about too, but it was just all in my head. And it made sense to me at the time because the context and information about the video were still fresh in my head. I was still familiar with what I read, so everything made sense to me. Now, looking back, it took a minute for me to remember and understand the video, so I need to be more clear in my videos. Anyway, it's been a slow and kind of meaningful journey making these videos. Thank you so much for the 400 subscribers. I don't know in the future how I'll be doing these thank you videos because there are only so many ways to say thank you before getting repetitive. That's why I put the story of Hadrian and Antinous in here, because I like that story. And I think it put some kind of value in this video. Thank you so much. See you in the next video. Bye.